How long does it take for E6000 to set? The text every man wants to get. Hey, honey, how long does it take for E6000 to set? Hello, guys, gals, and pals. Welcome to Miss Craftslots Lair. When I tell you that you never know what I'm going to do on this channel, this is one of those times. I am making signs. And why am I making signs? That's what this video is about. So I am starting off with some Waverly ink colored chalk paint that I got from Walmart. I am going to be painting these wood signs black, or at least ink colored, while I chat with you guys. And yeah. Oh, this is fun. This looks like it's gonna be messy. Hence the reason why I am kind of dressed like a slob right now, because the fact that I don't want any of my decent shirts getting painted. So y'all are just gonna have to deal with me like this. So haha, record time. Already got my finger in it. Woo whoop. So I have my chalk paint all open, and I'm gonna go ahead and start this. And real fast, part of this is going to be scripted, partially because of the fact that I just want to make sure that the words are sort of coming out of my mouth the right way. Just because it's scripted does not necessarily mean things are going to be coming out right. So welcome to the ride. I know I'm going to probably need more paint than that, but that's where I'm going to start off at. And I probably already got it on my shirt, so awesome. So I would like to preface this video by saying that I am a millennial. So to make this a little bit easier as far as terms and stuff, I'm going to be using go to work, like you actually have to get in your vehicle, drive to work, clock in, stay there for a point in time, clock out, and go home. That being said, there's also work from home, where you work for another company, but you are at home. So you have a set time that you clock in, you have a set time that you clock out, and in that point in time, you're doing your work. Then the third one that I have is work at home. This one I am using for this video as a description of those who are entrepreneurs who are working from home. They set their own schedule. They don't necessarily have to clock in or out. They are there and they are doing work towards their business. However, also though, may I state that work at home is quite similar to stay-at-home parenting. You're not always at home. You might be running off doing business stuff, gathering supplies that you need for whatever you might be making or whatever, and that sort of stuff. Just the fact that the majority of your work is done at home, or can be done at home, can be done elsewhere. You might find me sitting in a coffee shop and knitting or crocheting, but for the most part, I'm at home. It's just the fact that you also don't have to be at a particular location at a certain time for a certain certain length of time, unless you have decided to put that on yourself. This wood has a weird little lip on it that I'm trying to paint, so that's why I'm kind of like, what's going on here? And I want to make sure that I get this, not really so much the back, but I definitely want to get the sides of this painted. So since I have been trying to focus more on my business ventures as of late, I've noticed that my friends who have different working styles than mine have a seemingly different level of respect from those around them than I do. Granted, the fact that it's not always what it seems, kind of like those that are on the internet, you see what they want you to see. So I could be completely wrong, but I've just noticed that people seem to be more patient with those who either go to work or are work from home. When they call and they don't get a phone call answered, they are like, oh, they must be at work, or I know they're working, but they'll get back to me as soon as they can. They just seem to be taken more seriously. I am gonna do just up until my finger. And then I'll move on to the next one. For instance, if I'm asked what I'm doing on a certain day or a certain time, I can see a marked difference in the reactions and the responses between when I elaborate on the answer of working with either my extremely part-time job or working on my craft business. And going beyond that even farther, I see a difference in responses listed in order from most respected to least, as going to the craft show to sell, going to a craft show to browse or buying, going to buy or pick up supplies that I may have ordered or that I need to go look for, and sitting at home working on said projects. Oh, I spilled too much out. Doggone it. I don't want to waste paint. Paint is money. And with that though, the whole comment of I'm going to be at home working on YouTube videos, for some reason seems to almost garner a laugh. I see a smirk come across faces. Just saying. How many things can I have my computer do at one time? Because I need to go into my design thing and fix an oopsie that I did. Y'all, when you have to stop and you need to go, okay, what is this process? It means that you've been away from this for a little too long. I am a multi-crafter. I do a lot of different things. As you can tell on my channel, I have been away from my vinyl cutting just a little too long. Okay, I think I figured it out. I hope I did. If I didn't, this could be fun. Very interesting. Please stand by. weed tools. They're so pretty. Look at these tools. They're so pretty. During this time, my phone settings have been changed numerous times. While it was being used as a camera for filming, which I know I am not the only one who has filmed with their camera or still does film with their phone camera, there's no shade, because we all had to start somewhere. Anywho, that was originally set for any number that called twice. The do not disturb would be able to be broken through, and it would ring through, which would pause my video in the case of an emergency. Not bad if it was in the case of an emergency. However, people started realizing that this was a thing. And then the scammers realized that this was a thing. So my final straw with the do not disturb being a double call through was when the scammer called me through to tell me that the cable company, which wasn't even my cable company, had a better deal for me. And I had to stop my filming, so then that way I could tell them to it stopped the phone ringing stopped my recording. So at this point in time, I'm like, okay, scammers are doing this. This is not good. So then I switched it to only people in my contacts could double call through my do not disturb. That worked until I got 2 phone calls within 10 or 15 minutes from someone wanting to tell me what they had for lunch. That was it. My phone rang, they were up, they were wanting to talk to me then, and right then, and could not wait for me to finish my video, which at this point in time, my videos were only taking me maybe 45 minutes at the most to record, in order to tell me what they had for lunch. So then that turned into only people in my household could call through double for an emergency. And so that was and the lunch, if the lunch was exotic or unusual, then maybe, but this was going to a local fast food restaurant that has been gone to many times. So, yes. So now thanks to webcams, now I can just, oh shoot. My K was not wanting to come off. So anyway, now that I have my webcams, I can turn my phone onto silent and go about my business. Quite literally. Now, who told you could be so rude? That's just rude. So my knee-jerk reaction has been to be upset because I felt people weren't taking me seriously. Sure, the work-at-home version of me could totally put off my plans to do whatever you have going. After all, if someone goes through their list and sees people who are at work or people who are working from home, their best bet to get what they need done is to call the person that is just sitting around their house making stuff. But there's also another part to that. Because if that said person either hardly ever says or just plain doesn't say no, that's gold. Just totally forget or leave out the fact that that person could be working on their supply that they need for the craft show that sort of gets a little bit of respect if they're going to sell their stuff. I mean, that stuff just totally makes itself, right? Then my recovering people pleaser self got thinking about it. I realized that I myself have taught people how to just expect me to drop everything and help them with whatever they need by doing exactly that. I, in fact, taught them to not take me or my business seriously by not taking myself or my business seriously. Then, when I started on this new era of me focusing on my business, they weren't used to it. They aren't used to me being busy because I haven't shown them how busy this can be. So I unintentionally undermined my own business and my own work by doing so. All of this is not to say that I am antisocial. I am social. I like to talk to my friends. I just have an issue that when I am in the midst of working on something and my phone rings or it buzzes or somebody knocks on my door, or if I think that a package is coming, why am I like this? I freeze and I can't get back to what I am doing either. So, in that respect, once I get doing something, if I pull myself away from it, it's harder for me to get back to it. Just the nature of my mind, unfortunately. Tweeters. They're tweeters. So I don't know if I'm gonna weatherproof this, because I am planning on it being just hanging on the door. On the inside, so it's shouldn't get it shouldn't be a matter of it getting weather. However, where I am planning on putting it, it will be getting sun. So originally I was thinking I could, there we go, that's needs to dry again. So I was thinking I could do hot glue, but then I thought about it and I'm like, I need to become a legitimate crafter and get myself some E6000, because while my husband has some of this, this is the one thing that's been missing out of my craft room that I feel makes you a crafter. Whew. So one is done. I still have to weed and such the second one. So yay. And I'm gonna sit back down again because yeah. But yes, I do tend to, and that's probably part of my problem, is the fact that I love my friends and I love spending time with my friends. So if I have an extra ability to go and hang out with my friends, whether it's taking them somewhere or going get lunch somewhere or whatever, it's hard for me to say no. So this is more of a me issue that I have to just start saying no more often, as opposed to a them issue that they are the problem. Because I understand too that I am also a people pleaser, and that I need to start putting myself and my work in a higher esteem. I greatly esteem him. I'm gonna need to have another Jane Austen day real soon. It's kind of been a while. So as you can tell by my conversation today, my brain can go all over the place, and once it goes into rest mode, or it's in I'm waiting for a package mode, or I'm waiting for, hey, like just the couple, month ago or whatever, if I'm waiting for the repairman, or if there is even a possibility, like if someone says, oh yeah, I might come over that day, or I'll try to get over there that day, my day is shot. I sometimes really hate how my brain works. And there's probably going to be comments. Have I been tested for ADHD? If you want to go back to while I was a kid, I was in a class where like 90% of my class was told that they had ADHD or ADD at that point in time. And a good lot of us were medicated, me being one of them. In hindsight, I think they may have been right. I am who I am. And even if they did say, oh yeah, you are, I'm not the type that likes the idea of being medicated. And medications usually don't work right for me anyway. I'm one of them people. But that's for a whole other video, maybe, possibly. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. I don't know if you guys are even liking this particular video. Only time will tell. Oh no, my R just went all like crazy haywire. Woo woo. My R tried to leave the building. I'm also getting really close to this mic, so if my audio is up, I'm gonna have to like play around with my audio when I'm editing. This is where I glue my fingers. Ooh, this is shitty stuff. Ooh. It's like a rainstorm over here. It's gonna be fun. Glad I did this after I did the vinyl, because this would have been wow. To have to expose vinyl to. The reason for the 6,000. Hey, look, it works. The reason for the 6,000 was the fact that I'm thinking, I don't know if I said this already, hot glue in where I'm putting these signs probably would not be the best idea, because of the fact that it would probably soften and melt continually, and that probably would not be the best of things. Okay, so I don't know. So this is gonna be interesting, y'all. This is gonna be why do they give me so much. I feel like I should be wearing gloves. Hi, I'm your neighborhood dum-dum. Guess who makes it a point to not play with this kind of stuff, because she can do some like real damage. Yep, so this is definitely a step out of the comfort zone. We'll see what the husband says about this one. I am just going to layer that up. I am not that concerned about this being dry for tonight. Pencil. Because I was planning, I want to do a reveal of this. Want to do a reveal of this in the middle of the day. It's kind of late right now. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be done tonight or dry tonight. I just hope my cat doesn't jump up here and get stuck to it, because that's another possibility here in my world. Squish that down in there. Put a little more on top. Oh, shinkies! See, this is what happens when my husband goes to work and leaves me unsupervised. You never know what I'm gonna do next. Babe, this one's on you. These signs are a step toward me taking my business more seriously. I had a few different designs in mind, however, I don't feel the need to have to elaborate on exactly what I'm doing. I'm working should be just enough said. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you like the a little bit of a depart from the fiber art stuff. I am considering going in and or adding more vinyl work to my queue. So if there is anything particular that you would like to see when it comes to vinyl work, go ahead and comment below and I will see what I can do. Like I said, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.